Have you ever wondered what it might be like to wear your tattoo on your sleeve? Thanks to Siser Heat Transfer Vinyl, you can wear your tattoos and keep them on display all the time. Let's dive into how using Leonardo Design Studio. You'll want to start by taking a clear photo of your tattoo that captures the entire design. I like to email the photo to myself, but you can also use a photo sharing service like Google Photos or Apple AirDrop. To set up, open Leonardo Design Studio, choose File, Import, locate your saved image, and click Open. In the pop-up window, select Background Image and click Next. Resize the image by clicking and dragging on one of the corner nodes until the photo fits entirely on the artboard. Be sure to hold the Shift key so your photo doesn't warp in the process. Since we are only cutting the final design, we can uncheck the Print and Cut Job checkbox from the artboard window. From here, I also like to head over to the Layers tab in the Properties window and lock the image layer so it doesn't move around while creating. Next, we need to digitize. For this specific tattoo, we only need to use one tool, the vector brush. This can be found by hovering over the pen tool in the bottom navigation bar. Once selected, simply adjust the size of your brush and trace. Fine-tune your overall design as needed and turn off the reference photo layer. If you have any overlapping lines like this design, use the Weld tool in the bottom navigation bar to make them one seamless shape. From there, you're ready to cut. But wait, what if your tattoo is a little bit more intricate? Let's go through some tips and tricks on how to create a more complex design. Starting the same way as before, take and import your photo. Choose Background Image from the pop-up, resize to fit, and lock the layer into place. Once setup is complete, the digitizing phase is similar, but with a few added tools to aid along the way. Since this tattoo is a bit more geometric, we can utilize some of the basic shape tools to get started. To create the stem of the arrow, hover over the Draw Shapes icon in the bottom navigation bar and choose Create Square. Use your photo as a guide to create a rectangle roughly the same size. Adjust placement as needed, and just like that, the first step is complete. For the arrowheads, switch back to the vector brush tool used earlier. This time though, click the Line checkbox and trace over the arrowhead points in straight lines. Once that's complete, let's switch back over to the Create Shape icons again. This time, selecting the Create Circle tool. Holding Shift as you click and drag, create a circle roughly the same size as in the photo. You'll notice that instead of a ring, there's a solid shape. To hollow it out, simply copy and paste the circle using Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V, or using the drop-down menu. Resize the inner circle until it looks to be just about the right thickness. To help with this, I like to change the color of the inner circle to get a better feel for how the hollowed version will look. When you're happy with it, select both circles and use the Remove Front tool to punch out the inner circle. You're left with a hollow ring. Repeat this or make copies for similar shapes in the design. By now, I'm sure you've noticed the small dotted circles and wondered how to get everything in just the right place without making and moving what feels like 100 circles over and over again. Don't worry. Leonardo has a tool to help make this easy as well. We'll start by making a circle as a guide. I like to make it a stroke so it's easier to see for the next step. From here, we'll utilize the Type on Path tool. With this tool, a pop-up window appears where you can choose a font like Arial Rounded, type in periods, and adjust the font size to match the photo. Once you're happy with it, click Apply. Since we no longer need the original circle shape, go ahead and delete it. As you can see, this larger dotted circle isn't a full ring of dots. To remove them, we need to convert the path from type to a shape. Simply use your mouse to right-click and choose Weld. Then, right-click once more and break the path. Now you can select individual dots to remove as needed. And just like that, we're almost there. Heading back to the Create Shapes tool, we'll move on to the next shape by choosing Create Custom Polygon. In the pop-up, enter 3 sides and click Apply. Then click and drag the shape to match your photo. Again, you'll notice that this is a solid shape instead of a hollow one. To hollow it out, repeat the same steps as the circles to create rings like earlier. You can also do this by using the pen tool instead to draw the shape. Looking closer, you might notice that this triangle has a few places that are broken or dotted. Using either the Eraser or Slice Brush tool, simply click and drag along the areas that you would like to be removed, and then delete them out. Lastly, there's one more unique shape left to create. Looking towards the middle of this tattoo, you'll notice a kind of swoosh shape. To create this, start with the Create Circle tool. This time though, use it to create a more oval-like shape. Just like before, you'll create a hollowed shape using the punch-out method. To create the swoosh, simply use the Slice Brush tool again and delete the unneeded sections. Repeat these tips and tricks for the rest of the design and make fine-tune adjustments as needed. To finalize, just as before, select the entire design, weld, and turn off the reference photo layer. Be sure not to skip the welding step or you'll end up with cut lines where you don't need them later. You can double check that everything is one piece by toggling the W key on your keyboard to see the wireframe or cut line view. Wrap everything up by measuring your tattoo and scaling your design to match. Choose your favorite Siser material to cut out and a garment to apply it on. Don't want to match your tattoo exactly or wonder what it might look like in a different color? Have a little fun and experiment with different colors or materials. So, what do you think? Do you have an idea for a tattoo but aren't ready to commit to the ink yet? Try it out with HTV first and let us know how it goes. We love to hear and see what this inspires you to create.